Every few months, Nigerian politicians travel abroad. Dubai, Singapore, London, China, Rwanda. We start seeing pictures of them inspecting rail systems, sanitation systems, touring smart city, and attending many development summits. And then they come back home and still roads collapse. Projects still look abandoned after 6 months. Public spaces are still dirty and decayed. So people ask the obvious questions. What exactly are these people doing when they travel? But maybe the question misunderstands the real problem. The issue is deeper than exposure. The issue here is replication, and replication is far harder than just admiring something. Seeing excellence is easy, building excellence is very difficult. Anybody can enter Singapore and admire the airport. Anyone can walk through Tokyo and admire the level of orderliness. Anyone can visit Europe and notice the transport system, the clean public spaces, and the level of consistency. Appreciation requires just your eyes, but replication requires culture, system, discipline, expertise, long-term thinking, and that is the disconnect. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is assuming that because something is obvious, it's easy to reproduce. That's not true. A functioning society is deeply coordinated. Behind one well-designed public space could be architects, lighting designers, researchers, psychologists, behavioral analysts, engineers, urban planners, a very vast range of experts thinking carefully about how to sustain the beauty and the functionality of such a space. Sometimes an entire industry exists to maintain one standard most people casually walk past. That clean train station, that intuitive signage, the public park that still looks new after 8 years. Those things are not accidents. They are a product of systems, well-designed systems. And that is the uncomfortable truth. The problem is not that our leaders haven't seen excellence. The problem may be that we still don't fully understand what it takes to create it. Nigeria loves launching projects, but functioning societies are not built on projects. They are built on systems, and that difference changes everything. A beautiful building means nothing without maintenance, operations, continuity, accountability, and standards. In many functioning societies, they do not simply build things, they build maintenance system, inspection system, operational system, and even replenishment system. The visible structure is only one layer, but the invisible thinking behind it is the real infrastructure. Meanwhile, many projects here are celebrated the moment construction finishes. But the other question is, what happens 5 years later? Because excellence is not about the launch, excellence is about the continuity. Take something as simple as a hotel room. In some places, once a guest leaves, the room is aired properly, ventilation system is inspected, plumbing is inspected, batteries in the remote are checked, details are inspected intentionally. These things aren't done because something has failed, but because systems were designed to prevent failure before it appears. Users may not notice this system, but emotionally they feel it. They feel like this place is cared for. Now compare that to an environment where maintenance only begins when things visibly collapse. That difference is civilization expressed operationally. Many societies are not functioning well because their people are magically smarter. They function because excellence is systemized, and the real infrastructure is intentionality. What if Nigeria's biggest problem is not just corruption? What if Nigeria's deeper crisis is thinking quality? Eventually, a country becomes a physical manifestation of how it thinks. This applies because the quality of an environment is a function of the quality of the people inside that environment and how they think. Good design, good governance, or good systems are all products of good thinking. A lot of our environment reveals shallow planning, reactive systems, temporary fixes, and cosmetic development. Sometimes projects are not designed to function excellently, They are designed to be impressive temporarily, and those are two different goals. Many societies developed cultures of intentionality. Meanwhile, we often still operate on improvisation. A lot of projects are approached with let's just make this work instead of how do we make this excellent, sustainable, maintainable, and deeply thoughtful. And the difference in this mindset is so huge because mindset eventually becomes infrastructure. One painful reality is that a significant portion of what still functions properly today was either inherited, externally designed, or given to us by nature. And over time, many inherited systems degraded to match our local standards. And that means that the issue is not just innovation, the issue is preservation. And a society that cannot maintain quality will struggle to multiply it. The tragedy is not that we struggle to build excellence, is that we struggle to maintain it. And without intentional thinking, even the best things eventually collapse. Travel changes people. Once you experience a functioning system, your expectation rises forever. You begin asking, why can't we live this way? Are we less intelligent? Why must basic functionality feel luxurious? And that frustration is very valid, especially if you've traveled out of this country for just once. The thing is, exposure creates awareness, but awareness alone doesn't create capability. Functioning societies are not created by inspiration alone. They are built by obsessive standards, discipline systems, and institutional continuity. And most importantly, a culture that refuses mediocrity. This is why people are angry at traveling politicians, because once you have seen what is possible, excuses become intolerable. But again, seeing excellence and reproducing it are not the same thing. You cannot import excellence without importing the thinking that produced the excellence. Excellence is contagious. Once people consistently experience thoughtful environment, intentional systems, and functional institutions, their standards rise. And once standards rise, tolerance for mediocrity drops. Development is psychological before it becomes physical. People must first believe excellence is normal before they begin demanding it and reproducing it. So why are politicians traveling and nothing is changing? Because transformation doesn't happen because your leaders have visited better places. Transformation happens when a society embraces intentionality, craftsmanship, system thinking, maintenance culture, and a deep refusal to maintain mediocrity. Until then, we may continue to import inspiration without importing the mindset that created it.